said it, guys. Welcome back to United View. I've only just got off the first live stream. I've only just got off the morning show. Just now, before I could even get a cup of tea and a biscuit. Jadon Sancho, here we go to Aston Villa on loan for the rest of the season. And we said, excuse me, that there's going to be things happening. We said that there's going to be a lot more moves to go. And let's see what Romano has said, because let's get straight into this, man. Jadon Sancho to Aston Villa, here we go. Deal in place on initial loan from Man United. Green light from United. And deal being sealed with formal steps to follow next. Sancho will join Aston Villa. He also says that there's no actual breakdown of how much, but at the time of recording this, Man United will cover part of Jadon Sancho's salary during his loan move, during his loan from Man United. It's interesting. There's not really been anything from anyone else in terms of the details of this. So hopefully over the next few minutes, few hours, whatever it's going to be, we can find out maybe how much wages, what that means. And listen, in all honesty, obviously there's no form of shock that Jadon Sancho's left Man United. We've been trying to make sure he leaves for the last couple of years, and it hasn't happened. He's turned down Roma during this window. There was always talks with Juventus, and we've waited till deadline day, and Villa have come in. And listen, if you're a Villa fan, listen, this ain't the Villa view, but if you are, doesn't fill you with confidence, does it? He was mediocre at Chelsea, mediocre on his loan spell back to Dortmund, and all the Sancho believers are just left there saying, when's this guy gonna, scratching their heads, just when's this guy gonna arrive? Like, he hasn't had the best time. And I don't know, they got Lindelof as well. Like, bad times at Villa. But from our perspective, we know that this move had to happen. There's nothing suggesting this is anything to do with the goalkeeping situation with Emi Martinez. That's been the constant theme. That's a separate deal. But having said that, I swear Romano, not long ago, and he's been saying so much this morning, it's hard to decipher what is really updates versus just engagement farming, as they say. You know what I mean? Let me refresh that, because I'm sure that he said, so this is going as well. Okay, Sancho. There you go. He said Man United working on both Lemens and Martinez. One will join, but depends on Sancho included. See, he said about 40 minutes ago before this. Here we go to Sancho. Romano was suggesting that only one will join Man United, but Martinez depends on Sancho included in talks with Villa. So now that we know that Sancho is going to Villa, and this is exactly what I was saying on the transfer view this morning as we were leaving, just before, I was like, is there something there now? Now that Sancho is good, because I was like, I think Sancho's going to go there. I could see him just taking the comfort zone. He doesn't have to move house. It's down the road. You know, stay where he is and collect his check and get a few games at Villa. And they badly need players, so he'll probably just start immediately. Well, once he gets up to speed, he had a pre-season. But yeah, I don't understand if now we're going to get some more clarity on what's happening with Emi Martinez, because let's be real, Romano was the one claiming that the Emi Martinez deal is something to do with the Sancho move, and the Sancho move now has now materialized. Other journalists are claiming that they're separate deals. Other journalists are claiming that they're not. They don't go hand in hand. I'm scouring the internet at the time. Tottenham make contact with Kolo Muani as well. It's all going off today. Fabio Vieira, he's out. So there's nothing more on Man United at the time of recording this. But yeah, how will Sancho do there? I think he'll just do okay. He won't be great. I think he hasn't got the appetite. He hasn't got the hunger. For us, in terms of Sancho, it's like we're just trying to get rid of him at all costs. Like financially, like what even makes sense anymore? Financially, it's just a matter of let him find a home. But what he's doing is he keeps going on loans because he's oozing every last bit out of his contract, and that's his right to do. We gave him it. So in terms of selling Sancho for 25 million or 20 million, it clearly isn't that. Like I said, there's no huge bits of detail from this. All we've got is a here we go, and that Man United will cover part of his wages. We don't know the intricacies. And I suppose with Jadon Sancho with a year left on his deal, they'll just let him go on a free. I don't think they're going. I don't even think it's worth, with this stage and how sort of unreliable he is in terms of his performances to even make something of himself this year, because we can only go off what's happened, you can't even, it's probably not even worth triggering his extension so that Villa, if they want to keep him at the end of that loan, have to pay something, because because then what Sancho would do is just dig his heels in again and say, you give him the opportunity, say, nah, it didn't really go well at Villa, I don't want to go there. You know, Emery got sacked halfway through, I don't like this new, or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to stay here, so I'm going to go on another loan. You're giving him the chance to do it. You need to say to Sancho, you know what, you're lucky we gave you this deal when we did. You're in the last, no matter what happens, your money's going down after this year. This is the last year you're getting these type of 200k plus wages. So enjoy it. Do you know what I'm saying? And we just have to take the hit. We made the mistake. We effed up. It's our mistake. That's what has to happen. But this is the best way. There's no point triggering an extension and then letting him have, be able to have options. You don't have an option to stay at Man United. What you do after this in your career is your business away from this club. Like, it didn't work out. It's been an absolute terrible transfer. Hasn't worked for even, a few months of it. It just never looked like it really got going. And that's it. It's over with. That's it. It's as simple as that. So he goes there. Me personally, I want Emi Martinez. So I'm just thinking, I hope that means that the dialogue is just open with Villa. It makes sense. I mean, at the time of recording this, it's like basically 10:30 in the morning. And, the reports are saying that if we're going to get Senny Lemans, movement needs to happen. He needs to be on a plane out of Belgium. From Antwerp, to come here. And if that doesn't happen, then when is he going to get here? Which then leads us to, to looking at Martinez, in my opinion, who I think is the better option. Some of you disagree with that, but the relationship between the two teams, we weren't involved in Lindelof because he was on a free, but you look at the negotiations for Rashford and the negotiations what it would have taken for, say, Sancho, and we've already agreed personal terms with Emi Martinez. It feels like when time's running out, it feels like the easiest deal to do. Obviously, the financials have to match, but it feels like an easier deal to do. But then again, this kid Lemens wants to come to Man United. Do you know what I'm saying? And Man United have agreed personal terms with him as well. So I don't know. It feels to me like it's edging towards Martinez. I know a lot of guys on the show didn't think that way this morning. They thought it was more of a bargaining chip to get Antwerp to put the price down and this, that, and the other. I don't see it as that. We already tried to get Martinez once. He's a better goalkeeper than this kid, in my opinion. I haven't even seen this kid play. But just by experience, I'm going to say that. That might be naive of me. That might be ignorant of me. But that's just my feeling. I'd much rather Emi Martinez than a kid who needs to take his time. But he is highly spoken about. I've read some good things about him. So if he does come, listen, we'll support him. I'll support him, definitely. But there has to be an understanding that he's not ready to go right now. So, boy, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens on this. Smash a like on the video. Let me know if you think this will basically be a catalyst to get Emi Martinez to Man United, or should this not be anything to do with that? Should this be a situation of, right, Sancho's gone, great. Anthony's gone. It's only Malacia left, which is the lowest profile out of all of them, really. Even if you told him permanently, you're not going to get really anything. It's insignificant. All the big ones are gone. Man United completed it. That's Rasmus Højlund gone, which didn't even start off as that being that, but he's gone. Garnacho, Rashford, and Sancho. We just await to see what happens with Malacia. But let me know. What are you lot saying about this? I need get me Martinez, mate. Get me Martinez. That's who I want. I want to know who you guys need. Take care. Peace.